So relationships are the number one predictor of our happiness, above and beyond our health, above and beyond how much money we make, above and beyond how successful we are. People really matter. And since you're at the office most of your waking hours, spending time with people at work more than you are with your family and friends, we've really got to make those relationships work for you. I think the thing that gets in the way of us having positive relationships at work is how we judge others and how we perceive they judge us. And so often what we have to do is remember the golden rule, treat others how you want them to treat you. Well, that's what we have to do. And so my biggest tip, and this is what I do with all of my clients, is I have them practice a loving kindness meditation. Loving kindness meditation is simply just wishing people well. So people really matter, and while people can be the driver of our happiness, they can also be the driver of our madness and our feeling really unsatisfied. And so how do we make it work? Well, just like we practiced gratitude before, extending appreciation towards others is a really great way to create more connection, because it's about where you put your attention. And by putting your attention on what people are doing right instead of what they're always doing wrong, we can create more connection, intimacy, trust, and have better relationships at work. But basically it's saying, may you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be safe, and whatever else you want to add to it. And so when we are wishing people well, it's really hard to judge them at the same time. And that's what we want to try to eliminate, is the judgment, the criticism that we have towards one another. And when you walk into a room after having done a loving kindness meditation, people will feel it, because emotions are contagious. There's something called emotional contagion. So what we want to do is walk in the room with loving kindness in our heart. If you're having a hard time mustering what there is to appreciate about a person, then maybe you want to do it in a quiet moment before you actually encounter them. So really reflect on all the things that they're doing right, that they do well, and how they've helped you in the past. Sometimes if we're having a difficult relationship, or we're finding ourselves constantly judging or criticizing someone else, it can be hard to really muster appreciation for them. So what I would do is go back to your pen and paper and just write down all the things that they do well, all the ways that they've helped you, small and large, and what you think their strengths are. And so that way, when you actually encounter them, it will come from a place that's a little bit more conscious, and you've already done it before in your mind. Creating a relationship is like nurturing a plant. It takes lots of love and attention and time, and so your compliment is the beginning. It's like planting the seed, but you have to water it. You have to continue to say hello in the morning, ask them about their weekend, and really nurture a relationship. So your compliment is the beginning of your creating a new experience with this person at work. One of the beautiful things about being human is that doing good actually makes us feel good. And by giving someone a compliment, by helping them know that you see them, you recognize them, which is all we want from one another. We just want to feel seen, like we matter. By doing that for someone else, you actually are reaping the benefits from that good deed yourself. It will actually make you feel better. And we know from research that doing multiple good deeds a day can actually give you something called a helper's high. And yes, giving someone a compliment is doing a good deed, because you're being present to them and you're recognizing them for who they are. One mind trap that I find my clients always fall into, and it's almost impossible not to in the age of Instagram and Facebook and social media, is that it's so easy for us to compare ourselves to one another. And what I would say, and this is what I tell all my clients, is the person that you need to be comparing yourself against is you. And so you want to constantly be asking yourself, how am I doing in reference to my own vision for my own success? And so it's really kind of like putting on your own blinders and not looking at what everyone else is doing, because that is all great. But how are you moving towards your unique vision of success? Are you actively taking action towards what brings you alive? And if you are, check, you're doing great.